yards and dropped with that 243. Nice hit, I guess. All right.
All right. Yep.
Hey guys, Kapper here, and today is Sunday, April 14th, 2019, and a lot of questions have been rolling in like, hey, whatever happened to this Polaris? Did you buy it? Did you not? So this is going to be an update on the brand new Polaris status, but we're also going to have some fun, and I'm going to take you back. I had to really dig deep in the video vault, but I did find some pictures and videos of our first Polaris, which was our very first side-by-side. So we're going to have some fun and have some historical looks here at our Kentucky and Missouri farms while we had the first Polaris, and I'm going to give you an update on where this one is. Yes, we did purchase it, okay? It's purchased. If you recall the first video, they had to drive 6.5 hours to pick it up, and they did that. They have it in their possession. He sent me a few pictures, and they had to order the parts, the upgrades and the modifications. So here's the mods that I added to it and the upgrades. So the first add-on was a super ATV 5,000 pound wireless winch with nylon rope. It was about half the cost of Polaris, but yet it's a decent quality winch. The second thing that they had to order from Polaris was the front windshield kit, so that you can open the front windshield, it kind of lifts up and you can drive that way and get fresh air. The third upgrade is a front LED light bar, 16 inches, but then I've since added a rear working light. So I'm not sure if they're going to put another 16-inch bar to the rear. That's kind of what I asked them to do, but he's going to have to order something now for the rear. And I asked them to wire them on separate toggle switches so that I can control them separately. I think that covers the mods and the upgrades, but the timeline. So supposedly Wednesday, the windshield kit's supposed to come in from Polaris, and I asked him if he has to order more lights like tomorrow to overnight them, and he's going to try and get it all lined out by the end of this week, by this weekend. So I'll definitely be anxiously awaiting, and I'll put up as many videos as quickly as I can because I'm really excited. I'm going to do a separate video on why I chose this Polaris over the Honda and over the Can-Am. I have very specific reasons. But for now, let me take you back to our very first side-by-side, which was a Polaris Ranger. And man, did we work the snot out of this thing. We had it on our Missouri farm and we had it on our Kentucky farm. So let's have a little bit of fun and go back down memory lane and check out this old Polaris while we're all waiting for the new one to come in. So let's check it out. Alright, this was on our Missouri farm, and I was pulling basically a rock rake with the old 2005 Polaris, and this was food plotting. So you could see I had the Polaris loaded up, and the thing was a workhorse. I mean, man, did that thing work. As you'll see, we worked the snot out of it, but the computer chip fried on it, so that cost like $400 or $500. But other than that, the thing was like bulletproof. And we had some really steep hills there, and obviously the machines are only that much better right now. Babe, you get to go on the first ride around with me. This is the new log deck, which is one of my food plot fields. There's the house there, where the power line comes down right there. Alright, this first stint on one of the new roads. So this was a virtual video tour that I was making for Mrs. Kapper because she couldn't be there. She had to, unfortunately, work. I know that's a swear word, but anyways, so I was taking the Polaris for a ride. So the differences that I really anticipate with this new one with the new cab are pretty obvious, but it's going to be a lot quieter inside of the cab. And of course you're going to have heating and air conditioning, which are absolutely huge, 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 especially down here, the air conditioning. So yeah, this was a tour of that farm after I just had dozers in to create some new wildlife openings, some watering holes, and food plot openings. Technically, wildlife openings, you can do whatever you want with them. The state reimbursed you for those. But let's keep checking out the Polaris here. Okay, so this first work crew here of guys, and that's another thing. You make so many friends, guys. You know, we've been buying these farms all over, and we now have friends all over the Midwest. But you could see we loaded her down. We were rock picking here. Rock picking all of the new openings. But the Polaris, it obviously could hold some weight. Now this, fast forward to our Kentucky farm, and these are our boys doing cleanup duty on the Polaris, basically picking garbage from all over the farm. I wish I had more video clips, but I do have a few more. But yeah, we got our money's worth out of that thing. Alright, and this was at our Kentucky farm, and this holds a lot of special memories. It was really our first like major big farm we bought. We went way out on a limb. It was our first like out of state farm, and to have land and a UTV, and that was my son there. I'm going to show you some videos of his biggest deer ever that he's harvested to date. And we had the Polaris there with us. So, I mean, the Polaris wasn't a memorable part, obviously, but it was a tool that we needed to realize our other dreams, having land.
And he was behind them. Oh, I see a big old body laying on the ground. Oh, nice. Wow. Crab claw. Look at the neck on him. Oh, that is sweet, Al. Congratulations. That ain't no 2-year-old. That's got to be at least 3. Wow. All right, let's get some pictures. Congratulations. All right, this is how you retrieve a big buck at Custom Deer Dream Ranch in Kentucky. Down a little holler there. Coming up with the winch. Go. Okay, so there's the camo. That's the one I wanted. All right.
Okay, well that was pretty fun taking a look back. But in closing, I just want people to realize, I mean, we take stuff like this for granted, but really most people don't realize how important a machine like this is when you own land. If you've never owned land or a significant size piece of land, maybe you don't fully realize it, but you have to have a machine to get around. And adding on top of that, if you have, let's say, health issues or you can't get around good like otherwise healthy people, and let's face it, we're all getting older. I mean, the majority of people on this channel that watch us are kind of our age and a little bit older, maybe a little bit younger, but having the machines is really an important tool to get around your land and to realize your dreams. So we are jacked. I am jacked anyways. Looking forward to this. I'll keep you posted. Hopefully next weekend it will hit the ground here on the Kapper farm. So stay tuned. We appreciate you being with us on this journey. Until next time, Kapper out.